Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Land Plays of the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. We got a 12 streak. That's nothing to sneeze at. You know, maybe it's not anything we'd necessarily write home about. I was watching Cobalt play Eden today, which is what we're going to do. I think we did just do an Eden run recently, but every Eden run's different, right? Hourglass triple shot, like inner eye, that's pretty good. He has a 77, now 78 win streak with Eden, I guess. Fuck that guy. I'm just joking. One day, we'll get to that place where we really want to go and we'll walk in the sun. But till then, tramps like us, we're not really tramps, we're just scum. That's the opposite of it. It's a shallow Springsteen reference right there, but hopefully it got the job done, you know? All that time butchering Springsteen at karaoke, maybe it's coming in handy a little bit. Very bad damage there. I do like this run a lot, though. I mean, the fact that we're starting on the cellar is maybe giving you perhaps a little bit of an inaccurate picture of how I think this run is going to go. Starting with triple shot is very, very good. Inner eye, if you want to be anal about the absolutely correct name. And to be honest with you, Hourglass is not good, necessarily. But the fact that it is a two-room charge item makes it usable. It's not like it's like Crack the Sky, which is like... Crack the Sky is better when it's used, but it gets used half as often, or even maybe less than that, because I'll be saving it for bosses or something like that. And the two... I have a sweet spot, or I have a soft spot, I should say. I've got both, but in this case, we're talking about my soft spot. And I have a soft spot for two-room charge items, because with 9 volts, they become one-room charge items, which makes them twice as good. E. coli is not a particularly strong item in my opinion. I hate this room. Oh no, never mind. I don't dislike this room at all. I thought this was the one that has spikes on it that float around, but it doesn't. Okay, so on this one, we should probably try to focus on the daddy long legs type creature in the middle. These guys are a little bit easier, a little bit less tanky to take out. And hopefully we end up fighting the Haunt on this floor. I mean, we have the power to make this happen, of course. Mostly, or entirely, as a result of Inner Eye. Kind of a low rate of fire, but I mean, that's to be expected considering we've got triple shot. It might even be a fast rate of fire, then augmented by triple shot. But let's see, we got Widow. Okay. Well, truth be told, the Widow should be relatively easy for us as well, so I wanted to wait until it landed. And then I want to, whenever possible, put ourselves in a position where we can hit with all 3 shots. They're going to speed up here in a second. That's going to basically, I mean, if we hit 3 shots instead of hitting 1 shot, it's going to make the fight 3 times faster. There's not any more complicated math to apply there. We pick up a coat hanger for a Tears upgrade, and I guess that's going to do it for this floor. I would have loved to have picked up a Spirit Heart, but I'm not really willing to shoot all the fires or go to the self-sacrifice room or anything like that. We're lucky enough to be on the basement. We did end up skipping a lot of stuff on that floor that I would have preferred to have gone to, or at least taken advantage of. There was a Tinted Rock. There was a stone chest. You never know what could be inside of those. I mean, you can figure it out if you find a bomb or buy a bomb, because the seed is right there. But we don't really have too much choice in the matter there, so we'll just move on. Curse of the Maze. Enemies that rush us down. We're going to be very happy to have an item like Hourglass helping us out in the meantime. Don't like that champion up at the top, but, you know, I'm pretty sure that we can just whittle him down. So this is, I mean, it's obvious. I say this on pretty much every second floor that we have. I'm not worried about taking damage because of survival. I'm worried about taking damage for this Deal with the Devil. The Deal with the Devil on the second floor is really the watershed moment for any run, you know? It's like a bar mitzvah or something like that, you know? It's your transition into the actual real meat of the game for the most part. A good Deal with the Devil, or at least getting Deal with the Devil precedent with a half-decent item, can help you overcome the adversity that you're about to face. A bad one, or no Deal with the Devil, can put you very behind the times in terms of the momentum that you need, or at least would desire to have. Gotta take out at least like 3 of these enemies. Like, I don't mind killing the flies when they're at full speed. Another red heart. Man, I'm kind of surprised that we are getting so many red hearts when we don't even have, like, Child's Heart Trinket. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, we snuck out. This is still not over. Gotta clear out a path here. Okay, I think we got pretty lucky there. Sorted it out. I'm a little scared. I got a little anxious there. I was like, I could pop the Hermit card. If I needed to, I could have popped the Hermit card and gotten out of a really, you know, dangerous situation, but I'm glad I didn't have to. I also don't want to use this pill because Bad Trip does count as red heart damage. I'll do it. Alright, I'm not necessarily glad that I did, because that would seem to imply that this is actually like a sweet item, or a sweet stat upgrade. I like a range upgrade as much as the next person, but it's not like it's really anything to write home about, in my opinion. But I'm happy for it. Still have this Hermit card that, of course, you know, in the back of my head, I'm like, free boss rush item. Unfortunately, we got Spelunker's. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily, unfortunately, but we got Spelunker's hat, and unfortunately, we lack any bombs. Which means that I can find the secret rooms, but unfortunately can't do too much about it after I do find them. Really good bomb from the champion. Oh my god, did you see that? I feel like such an idiot right now. I dodged the shot, but then I looped back around to it because I didn't expect it to be going so slowly. That's my bad because of the hourglass, but that's, you know, we're always happy to find new ways to take damage. We probably blew our deal with the devil chance, but it's not necessarily over yet. Oh my god, give me a single bomb, please. Like, we're not necessarily completely fucked yet. If we beat Monster without taking damage, which, let's be honest, is probably the smart money, we'll have an okay chance. And we might actually just use a key to get to our shop again, save the Hermit card for a little bit later, but farm up a little bit of extra cash and maybe buy a Spirit Heart. I don't know how long it's been since I had a situation where I got 0 bombs and less than 5 cents recently. On the first 2 floors aggregate. But anyway, we picked up a Spirit Heart from Latch Key and 2 extra keys, and we still got the deal with the devil. Pretty much the best possible way for that to work out. Now, missing page 2 is not particularly fantastic, but we're going to take it anyway. For the Black Heart, and for the deal with the devil precedent. 5 minutes, 37 seconds. So we are going a little faster than average. Apparently this run is just 0 bombs. If I can only have a choice of one, I'd rather have, you know, 0 bombs than 0 keys. But if I have any say in the matter, maybe we can mix it up a little bit. Maybe we could have, you know, like 5 of both, or just, you know, 99 of both, if you want to make it easy. Shouldn't have dodged, like, right into the middle of that. I can't believe these guys are not dead yet. If I just hit you, like, 0 times, that was freaking me out there. Anyway, we're in an okay position. Triple shot is still good. If we ever get bombs, we can get into our secret rooms. We got this Hermit card, potentially for boss rush. Latch Key is a small help, I guess, but, you know, it could get better as time goes on if those luck upgrades ever give us freaking bomb drops, man. And that's okay. I like having runs that, you know, have kind of unique pressures associated with them, and not having any bombs 3 floors deep into the game is a unique pressure. Now that we've gotten a bomb, let's preserve it as long as we can, or use it in a constructive fashion. Like, the secret room, I think, is totally justifiable. Could get an item, or if things are perhaps a little bit more conservative but still lucky, we could get more bombs out of it. We actually got 3 cents, which I wouldn't consider terrible, but I also would not consider very good, because we're doing better on money than we are on bombs right now. We could have gotten more than 3 cents out of our I don't like that. Could have gotten more than 3 cents out of our donation machine, for sure. Trade a key for a red heart, or a key for a key. Not immediately. The key for a key trade is pretty tempting if we get a golden key, but let's just go fight our boss first. We do have Hourglass. I haven't been using it very much. I should be using it more often because I've been taking damage. It's not like we're overkilling enemies or anything like that. Alright, Dark One. Little annoying with relatively low damage, but again, we're so lucky that we spawned with triple shot. This run would actually be a lot more heinous if we had just spawned... Like, imagine if instead of getting triple shot, we'd gotten, like, you know, number 1 or something like that. Number 1's not bad, but we'd have to get super close to the enemies, and we may have actually found ourselves dead, or at least, like, getting hit by Monster or something. All things considered, this is not that great of an Eden run, but that's why I like playing Eden, so you get these kind of, like, unique pressures to start the game. But hopefully, if there's a benevolent force in the universe, we get either a deal with the devil, or a damage or DPS upgrade, Torn Photo, Pentagram, you know, so many different things. Super Bandage is great. We did get our deal with the devil. Surprised it was not Krampus. Okay, so we can take all 3 of these. Yeah, we're gonna do so. Guppy's Tail, good for the Guppy, good for the Gander. Dark Matter, good, decent damage upgrade. And then, of course, Lord of the Pit gives us the ability to fly. We are rolling exclusively on Spirit Hearts, which makes things slightly dangerous, and we don't have any Red Hearts to refill, which I guess is self-evident based on the last thing that I said, but my brain turned off somewhere in the middle and I had to remind it. We're still not rolling out of control here, but that's, it's a pretty good deal with the devil. Now, our chances of getting a deal with the devil on the next floor should be, like, fucking nil, but still. Nil? It's goblin back? Well, it's not really, but you get the idea. Okay, maybe an HP up? Luck down. I'm assuming that the luck up from Latchkey is higher than the luck down from a pill, but it's just a hunch based on the way that tended to work in vanilla. Okay, some extra bombs. We will check out our second secret room, because at this point I would love to pick up an Eternal Heart, because it's not like we have any kind of permanent Polaroid invincibility to, you know, steel ourselves for right now. We'll also go to the curse room because we have the whole guppy thing going for us, and it'll only cost us half a Spirit Heart, and presumably we'll be able to, you know, pick up another Spirit Heart in our shop, even if we do have to blow up the donation machine. Now these guys are, I like fighting these guys on a huge room. Can be a little annoying if you can't see them, or if they just never die. Oh, but if you can see them, not a problem. Alright. Dark Bum clearly would be a great pickup on this run, considering how many red hearts we've gotten but can't use. This has ended up paying out for us well here. Maybe we won't need to buy a Spirit Heart in our shop, which would give us enough money to maybe buy... I mean, I don't necessarily want to pick up Red Candle and get rid of our Hourglass when I'm just getting used to it here, but... I gotta, you know, I've got an allegiance to still try to win this run right now, before we get into, like, worrying about, oh, I used this item too recently, this item's too good, yada yada, you know? That's what I always hear, you know, Bill Belichick, the coach of the New England Patriots in American football. He's always like, oh, I'm not gonna use Tom Brady. Tom Brady's too powerful, it's unfair for the other teams. You know, we gotta make sure that we're taking care of number one here first. Like, we gotta make sure we're pooping first. Hey, Goathead this early is still great. And we will totally get... There's options. We might go for both. It depends how this looks financially. I don't think we're gonna get both. I think we're gonna get there's options. It's early enough to be great. And we'll still do a little bit more exploration. We're a little bit behind the clock now in terms of, like, where I'd like to be. In order to, get boss rush, but we also don't need to use the hermit card on boss rush. That pressure is just, you know, we can use it to just save a key. We started with an extra key. That's nothing to sneeze at necessarily. So I think this floor actually turned out amazing. Goathead will give us permanent deals with the devil, and it's basically like we had Goathead from the start, because we did get deals with the devil on the floors where it was a little bit more up in the air, which I appreciate a great deal. The Eternal Heart is exactly what I wanted. We picked up the ability to fly, we picked up a guppy item, we picked up a status effect in terms of fear, and it also came with a damage upgrade associated with it as well. And we picked up There's Options, one of my favorite shop items in the game, and it's a passive, so we get to stick with the Hourglass as well. Our damage is still pretty poor, but it's getting there. And I'm assuming that with, you know, unlimited deals with the devil, we've got a great chance of either picking up... Yeah, that's something. We got a great chance of either picking up, great deals, or we've got a great chance of becoming Guppy through aggregate, you know, opening red chests and stuff like that. Thank you, flies. I would very much love to go to this curse room, but I don't want to spend half a Spirit Heart if we could just, you know, bomb our way in instead. You know, I think I'm just going to do it. Fuck it, half a Spirit Heart's not that bad. And it ended up being a full Spirit Heart because we didn't have any bombs, so I regret my decision somewhat. Oh well. This guy should give us flies when he dies, or he'll shoot bullets. Same difference, really. I always get the colors confused on those ones, and we got the Hierophant card with another Spirit Heart just randomly on the room, so I'm pretty excited about that key usage. We did pick up a bomb. Let's take this back to our secret room, and you can start to... I can feel, like, the commentary gears turning, which is almost my way of knowing that the run has started to gain some momentum, you know? Once... That's pretty nice, too. By the way, I'm not just persistently flatulating here in the background, which is my way of saying I'm not farting like a jackass. My jeans just squeak against this chair. Anyway, you don't need to... worry about that. It's good for my lumbar support anyway. I'm gonna keep it that way. Bad damage. ×2. That sucks. Once we start getting some momentum, it can be very hard to stop us, because you gotta stop that momentum. And with Goathead, that makes that very, very difficult. If anything, I would expect to kind of like spiral out of control here. It's like when you see someone, you know, maybe you have like a friend who has a kid, and they're in like 5th grade or something like that, so they've never really accomplished anything meaningful in their life. No offense if you're in the 5th grade out there, but you know, you got a ways to go, and that's a good thing. Many people at least would probably trade places with you at your age to go through the childhood again, just enjoy it. But anyway, you know, you look at them and you go, well, that's a kid. They haven't done anything amazing yet, necessarily, relative to, you know, an amazing adult, but they've got a good time ahead of them. You know, maybe they work really hard in school. Maybe they're like a gifted athlete or a gifted musician or something like that. That's pretty much what this run is evocative of, in my opinion, right now. We haven't quite started spiraling out of control, but we can get there very quickly. I think Torn Photo is better for us than this just raw damage upgrade. I think. And after we fight Krampus here, he spent a lot of time in the fire there, which I really appreciate. Hopefully we get Lump of Coal, and we do. Picked up another bomb, too, which is not always the case, so I appreciate that. It's almost impossible, or almost inconceivable, that we don't get stronger as the game goes on. It'll take, like, an incredibly unfortunate series of events to stop it. You know, basically like us getting KO'd before we should. We're a little bit slow, and the fact that we've been getting slower as floors go on, I think is indicative of the fact that we probably will not be able to make boss rush happen. That could change if we become Guppy, like, straight up on this floor or something via a boss trap room, of which there is one right here. But, it's okay either way. People, and they're right to do this, by the way. Whenever I start a sentence with people, you know, what comes next tends to be negative. People be crazy. No, people are always telling me, you know, why are you using the Joker card when you have Goathead? You should save the Joker card for the Cathedral. That is, like, the correct way to do things. There's no question about that. Sometimes I like to use the Joker card to get it out of the way on the start of a floor, because if it's a high damage upgrade or something like that, you'd rather get it right at the start of the floor, right? So you'd speed up from that point onwards. But it is probably better to hold them. That was just terrible damage. Kudos to that eye, though. It's probably better to save it so you get one absolute more deal with the devil. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, you know what, Hermit card, I appreciate you, but we're going to say no for now. And we're going to take the Joker card with us instead. And of course, if we get like a Yara rune or something like that, we're going to take advantage of that instead. But we'll see. Luck down. Not that interested. We may use our Hermit card on this floor. We probably will now use our Hermit card on this floor now that we've got a reasonable shot at getting to 15 cents. Might as well. And I don't need to rush. I've still got it in the back of my head, you know, I've got a natural inclination to rush. We don't really want magic fingers, but it can be kind of fun, especially if you get higher damage. But I think we'll stick with the hourglass for now, because it doesn't cost us anything. We may end up having to buy a key at our shop. But there's the 15th cent at the very least. And the 16th cent. And I was really hoping for a Guppy item, but truth be told, a Spirit Heart is nothing to complain about either. You know, it's like that instinct that tells you to run when you're, you know, about to get on a roller coaster or, you know, maybe an airplane or something like that, depending on what your fears are. I have a mild fear of heights, and sometimes when I'm about to get on an airplane, I'm like, don't get on it, you're gonna die. And I know that there's stories like that where, you know, people were like, she had a really bad feeling about the plane, and then the plane crashed. Well, yeah, if you have a really bad feeling about the flight, and then the flight, or about every flight, and you fly a decent amount, you know, there's a chance that shit's not, you know, eventually that coincidence is going to happen. I guess I opened the right one here. We didn't need the ability to fly, but I'll take the extra HP. But, let's get our Hermit card and go to the shop quickly. Like, my instinct to rush is still there from those boss rush days. I just got to kind of beat it out of me a little bit. I'm actually happy that we have a greed fight, so we can actually save money on this floor as opposed to spending it. And that is actually quite a lot of money. I was, you know, somewhat hoping for a key to come back as well, but that's okay too. We're up to 36 cents. Unfortunately, no keys. Hopefully that will rectify on the next floor. But other than that, this is a great run right now. Decent DPS upgrades in the form of the Torn Photo, and Lump of Coal helps a little bit. I mean, we did pick up a range upgrade earlier. Our range is not bad. On top of that, a secondary ability to fly. We picked up some HP technically on this floor, and maybe the most important thing is that we won't have to fight Krampus again. There is a reason it's called the Krampus tax. Lump of Coal, Krampus's head, they can be very good, and in fact, for things like speedruns, I think Krampus's head is maybe one of the best items that you can get. But for me, personally, Lump of Coal is not a game-winning item. The quicker we get Krampus out of the way, the more time we have left in the game to hopefully get one of those game-winning items. Red chest, keys? Alright, I mean, it's more money. I can't be mad about it, but I can be a little ornery. I mean, that's the opinion that I'll take on this. But I think this run is very comfortable right now, and that's, you know, usually the way that it works. You start out a little uncomfortable, and then you get comfortable, and then you get, you know, to the point where I colloquially like to say you start balling out of control, and that's Not quite where we are right now. I mean, a lot of people, if it was real life, and you said, are you balling out of control if you have the ability to, you know, summon the capabilities of flight for yourself, they'd probably say yes. Hell, I might even be amongst them. But within the context of Isaac, we need a little bit more than that in order to truly, you know, sound the alarm of being, quote-unquote, balling out of control, Your Majesty. I wanted to like, quintuple down on that being ridiculous. That is our secret room down there, so even though it's super weird, I'm gonna bomb this way, even if we have to walk all the way back. Another greed fight. That means I definitely want to go to our shop this time. Maybe our secret room will actually serve as kind of like a portal there. Because it looks like that's a special room down on the bottom. Because there was like there were the bars over the hole instead of just it being filled in. That was not a special room at all. Maybe it was just because we were fighting a boss. Yeah, open that up. We got a key out of it, so I like that. I don't like that we just got bombs or key, but I guess we know for the future. And that's another Eternal Heart. This is a very unusual run right now. And I doubt it'll stay this way, but for now, let's admire the statistical anomaly that it is. All of our HP has come from Eternal Hearts. Well, and the HP we started with, I guess. Wait a minute, is that... No, we got Super Bandage. Alright, I'm full of shit. But when you weren't questioning it, you were like, wow, that's really interesting. And isn't that what's more important? Not the facts, but the emotion, the reaction that you had? I think so. Alright, boss room. Definitely want to get this out of the way. Again, because if there is a deal with the devil, I'd like to get it as soon as possible so we can pick up maybe like a Death's Touch or something like that. I like this music slowed down. It's got like a real, you know, grimness to it. A real macabre nature. I don't know if that is the proper conjugation of that at all. It's got a totally different feel, though. Oh, we got lucky right there. And the fight's over. I think we're better off with Synth Oil. You know, we took the tears and shot speed last time. Let's take the damage this time. And we get Sister Maggie, which we're not going to take. The reason we're going to take Sister Maggie is not because it's good, but rather because it exists. It's going to fire bullets, and we need the damage more than we need the HP at this point. In my opinion, at least, so... We're gonna go in on that. It's not like I expect Sister Maggie to be great, but I expect it to contribute, you know? And that's all I ask for. Safety cap. I'm kind of happy with Red Patch, honestly. And we could open some of these golden chests, but I'm a little wary about it. I'd rather just save our keys so we're guaranteed to get into our shop and our item room, especially considering that... Okay. Especially considering that our shop, in this case, is guaranteed not to have greed. And I just got a sneaking suspicion that we're due for, like, a good item room. We haven't had many terrible ones. I guess, you know, Magic Fingers, arguably. But I've got a weird feeling that we're due for, like, a great one. Like, Mom's Knife level. Maybe not Mom's Knife, like Magic Mushroom, Capricorn, something along those lines. Portable slot can be great. What did we find in our second secret room? It was a trinket, wasn't it? So we can't farm for, like, Eternal Hearts in there. So I think I'll stick with the hourglass, even though I've stopped using it. I know that makes me one of a variety of pejoratives that you could choose to use there, but, you know, I'm not the kind of guy who uses... I'm not happy with that either. I'm not the kind of guy who uses portable slot like crazy. Some people ask me, why do I take Mystery Sack? Did I miss, like, a memo or something? Is Mystery Sack just really bad? I know at release, I think at least, Mystery Sack just actually did literally nothing. But since then, Mystery Sack can now drop, like, a variety of consumables, some of which are awesome, like drop Spirit Hearts or double Red Hearts and stuff like that. Yeah, Starter Deck is awesome. I'll buy the Spirit Heart. Starter Deck is going to give us an additional Joker card. Paralysis, not very good. Well, this is actually awesome. The fact that we got that extra Joker card, we'll definitely buy this. The fact that we got that extra Joker card is, I wouldn't necessarily say huge, but it's okay. Because we can now use it on the cathedral and the chest. You know what? It's borderline huge. Now we've got deals with the devil on literally every single floor if we use the cards, except for the except for basement 1 or cellar 1. So that's pretty crazy. I'm excited by the possibilities here. I'll play until we get down to 20 cents. I'm actually just mostly flattered that the game is actually giving me the opportunity to give back to my donation machine. I've been hitting that donation machine pretty hard, to the point where I was a little self-conscious about it. So to be able to give back feels good. Perthrow Rune. Temperance card. Okay, I mean, these are all great. I think what we have to do is, we got to take double Joker. We don't have to, but I'm gonna take double Joker, and then gonna reroll portable slot. This became Eve's Mascara, which a lot of people hate. I like it for the double damage. I obviously hate it for the halved rate of fire, but I think it's okay. And with our Temperance card, I think I'm honestly just gonna put it down and blow it up. And I don't know if that was worth it. I mean, I can tell you it's not. But we do get to keep both Joker cards, and at least we did something there. I'm going to use one key, and I regret that decision, but at least we did get a bomb back. There's a Tinted Rock in here, too, isn't there? Maybe a small rock pickup would be awesome. We got a Tower card. I'll tell you what, I'll use the Tower card. My hope being that maybe we would find a black market. We got Crawl Space either. We got very lucky to not be hit there, but let's move on. Eve's Mascara is an item that I think I probably overrate relative to the rest of the community. That doesn't mean either of us are necessarily wrong. I just, I prefer this item maybe a little bit more than some other people do. But I will definitely be maybe prioritizing tiers upgrades now. And, like, if I wasn't trying not to miss before, I'm going to be trying not to miss now, I'll tell you that much, because it takes, like, 4 seconds before I can fire my next shot. No greed. Makes me a little worried, honestly, because we could pretty easily run into greed on our shop, and we got enough money and an arcade, so I would really like to be able to buy something from our shop. Play as long as we can here. If we could get the blood bag, awesome. If we get IV bag, it's okay. Little disappointed. That was just dumb. Little disappointed that there's not a demon judgment in there. It's what really takes the arcades to the next level now. That's one of the things I would miss the most, I think, going back to vanilla, is like, what do you mean there's no demon judgments in the arcades? That's the draw, man. You know, even though our shot speed got lowered pretty drastically, our effective range is still pretty high. I can appreciate that. That's the Magician, so we probably don't even want to waste our time getting it. Watch out. Oh, I thought he was going to explode when he died. Okay. Easier. Rubber Cement. I love it. I now wish we had the higher shot speed, but still, our shots will still bounce around, and with Lump of Coal, this is kind of an awesome pickup. It gives us, like, pseudo-penetrative tears. They're not really penetrative tears, but they're kind of penetrative tears. Petrified Poop. I mean, I don't think Red Patch is that good, but we're still going to roll Petrified Poop instead. This is actually a big mistake, I think. It's easier to hit Pin when he's going fast. It sounds, like, counterintuitive, and I guess is counterintuitive, but it's like fighting Skolex, you know? He's only got that one vulnerable spot. It's very difficult to hit it when he's moving slowly, because it stays up for less time, I think, even though that sounds ridiculous. But Rubber Cement seems to work really well here. We can hit the body segments, like, multiple times. If we can actually hit them at all. Please? There we go. What? There we go. Okay, let's check out our shop. We still got one key remaining. We'll totally take Hive Mind, even if, you know, we're probably, if we're being honest, not going to have the opportunity to become Guppy. Oh, and then maybe that's not true. We still do have, like, 5 deals with the devil left. Hermit card. Sun card. I don't think we need the Sun card, to be honest with you. I should probably get out of this room, though. And I know we haven't explored fully everything, but I'm going to go anyway, just to get this deal with the devil, get a move on. Not a Tinted Rock. Yeah, let's do this. So we'll fight Mom. Should be relatively easy. We're going to be going to the chest. Probably should have waited for the foot to come down for, like, maximum effectiveness there, but doesn't matter too hard. Still not quite balling out of control on a damage perspective, but I have a feeling we have a pretty good chance of actually getting there. That's the best, when we shoot at, like, one of the bodily segments, and then the foot comes down and gets hit by the shots coming back with, like, Lump of Coal, Rubber Cement. Yeah, that worked out very nicely there. We're taking the Polaroid for the sweet synergies, and then inside of here, Death's Touch. Pretty much exactly what I was hoping for, to be honest with you. Yeah, cool. Triple Shot and Fear Shot do synergize with that. Sometimes you can get some tier effects, like Shielded Tears takes away the Death's Touch effect. Nobody likes that. Oh, I don't want my shots to be sweet-ass scythes from the underworld, you know? Who's saying that? Nobody's saying that. Who's saying that? Nobody. Tinted Rock over here. We're really low on bombs, but still worth it. Yeah, especially since they gave us small rock. Alright. I like to call it, this is a one-run right now. It should be, at the very least. Some penetrative tears might be nice. We're not worried about permanent Polaroid invincibility just yet, so we'll pick that up. It's pretty much unfathomable that this becomes a loss. Not a great start as Eden. A pretty good start thanks to the inner eye, but not the most amazing start we've ever had. But Goathead really came through in the clutch for us, I think. If I had to give credit to anything, Goathead's pretty big here. And some extra bombs never hurt. I also like Death's Touch because you can sort of see the shots being affected by Lump of Coal more than you can with some other tier effects. Sometimes. Bombs and keys. Well, sort of. I really thought we'd be able to kill everything with one shot, but that's... I actually don't remember if Penetrative Tears really works well in conjunction with Rubber Cement. I seem to have, like, some memories of it being terrible. I hope that's not the case. Not that we're guaranteed to get Penetrative Tears to begin with. I don't know what I was thinking right there. And if we're gonna, you know, justify using the, or keeping the Hourglass, we should probably use it at some point. But for now, I'm very unconcerned with the kind of, you know, pressures that this run is facing, because we're kind of getting a little bit out of control, and I'm hoping that this deal with the devil is really what takes it over the top, because we already have crazy damage. If we could just spawn flies along with this run, it's hard to imagine a loss coming out. And I've gotten to the point where, like, you know, I oftentimes hedge my bets, and I say, oh, you know, I don't know why I got that accent when I said that. This is a one run, but it's still conceivable that we could lose. Literally, on the most strict, literal level, that is true. But we've made it, we've converted on so many one runs at this point, especially recently. Like, I'm at the point where I'm losing maybe like 2 or 3 Isaac runs a month. Not to sound cocky. That's not true. If I'm averaging like a 14 streak, that would be a loss a week. But I really don't see this one. Like, why even bother with the conjecture that it could go wrong? I don't think it's going to go wrong. This has got to be the way to our boss fight, or something's gone wrong in the world today. Terrible damage on my part. That's how we would lose, is just not being able to see our HP and thus not caring about it. Well, Mama Gertie is like no problem for us with the ability to fly. We just stick in here. In fact, you might even want to bounce our shots off the back wall to do more damage. Those seemed like they were doing some crazy damage. Of course we will take the pentagram here, even though my speed is low. And Ghost Baby! If it wasn't a one run before, Ghost Baby really takes that shit to the next level. I can't really complain about deals with the devil. You might be expecting that, considering I've gotten Sister Maggie and Ghost Baby, but come on now. We also got Death's Touch, you know. The ability to fly, Fear Shot. It's been, like, instead of, like, consistently average deals with the devil, this is actually good for this floor. We might get a lot of golden chests here. Instead of consistently average deals with the devil, we've had, like, Feast and Famine. Death's Touch. Feast. Missing page 2. That's a fucking famine right there. Not to, you know, make light of existing famines, but within the context of the metaphor, you get the idea. Good enough. I mean, our damage is pretty incredible. Shot speed up and tears up are still both on my list of things to do today, if it's at all possible. Yeah, I know we have permanent HP right now, but or I know we have permanent Polaroid invincibility, but we have so many deals with the devil coming up that I expect that we'll be able to get rid of this if we want to, and maybe we don't want to. Maybe we just want to say, hey, Raw Liver, every time you show up, I'm going to take you, because you were the last item that I got. And I don't want to ever feel that way again. Not quite one-shotting those guys, but two-shotting them is okay. More golden chests, please. Fuck this room. Like, I'm not even scared of your laughter anymore. I just wish you would F off. Golden key. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. Now watch the game stop giving us pennies. The one thing that this run has been bad for is consumables. And it hasn't even really been bad. Like, we've been able to open, I think, everything we wanted to open. It's just been a little, you know, touch and go. So we'll slow this down in the hopes that we can avoid this wave. And it's really this wave that is the most annoying out of all of them. Trying to do some fancy stuff, bouncing shots off the wall. That's going to backfire. Alright, here we go. Now we're going to bounce shots off the wall at a stationary target, which should allow us to actually do a lot more damage. I hope. I mean, I'm kind of, like, talking out of my ass here, but, you know, with Lump of Coal, it doesn't take that much longer to travel, but it goes a much longer distance. Actually, that makes no sense within the realm of, you know, physics. But anyway. Doesn't seem like it's working that well. What if we shoot at it? Do they bounce differently? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. let's pop our first deal with the devil card. Hopefully it gives us some Yera runes on this floor so we can kind of get out of control in that respect. Get Satanic Bible. I mean, yeah, we'll take it. Hourglass, let's be honest, we weren't really using it anyway. Satanic Bible is a more responsible choice. It is better, but I'm a little disappointed because I was hoping for some high damage. Some high octane nonsense, and instead we got like a really responsible item. Who wants that shit? This is Mystery Sack, I think, in action. They're giving us some hearts that we can actually use. Much appreciated. Bad damage on my part, but everything will die as a result, so I don't feel too bad about it. Wow, flat penny. Picked up like 7 cents and it gave me 1 key. We can use it though. Okay, you know, sometimes 1 key is all you need. Cricket's Head, giving us a 1.5 times damage multiplier. I don't really want to... I'll do it. It should be easy. And I'm hoping we get some money out of it so that we can pick up some keys. But instead, we might just get 1 Spirit Heart. But truth be told, 1 Spirit Heart is probably worth it as well, as long as we don't get hit. Might even be 2 Spirit Hearts. Well, now it's 1 or 0. These shots are getting pretty big here. I'm liking it. I always thought this room was 4 Monstros. Maybe that's in the boss trap room. Because this is a mob trap room, they keep it a little easier. Hard to keep that straight. I mean, I'll open it because if it gives us pennies, it should give us keys. Instead, it gave us Bob's Brain, which honestly, I'm kind of happy with. If we don't want to hit the enemies with Bob's Brain, we can always just bounce our shots off the back wall instead. And then switch to the front wall, or the actual direction that we should be shooting them in. If it ends up going that way. Yeah, this is what I'm hoping for, is that by opening up enough golden chests, we'll actually be able to open all golden chests. That we come across, of course. Not all of them into the perpetuity of the future and whatnot. That one didn't work, but it did give us a Guppy item, and truth be told, I'm actually a little bit more stoked to have Guppy's Head for some basic, you know, damage help than I was to have Satanic Bible to give me some, you know, stupid old black hearts. Who even cares? Stupid old black hearts. It sounds like a... Man, we're getting a ton of items here out of these chests, but it sounds like an insult that you'd use if you were, like, you know, at the dawn of the Industrial Revolution in, like, you know, London. That would be like the mine owners would be a stupid old black hearts. Wouldn't know their can't swazzle from their cherry bumper. I don't know. I apologize for that accent and that diction. And honestly, with Hive Mind and the amount of damage that we're doing, these flies from Guppy's Head are actually very potent. Plus, it raises the overt possibility of us actually being able to get the Guppy Dream on the next floor. Please don't pay out with HP. I don't want it. Give me like a compass or something. Easier said than done, I know. What about this one? Magician? Not my favorite. You could also give me a Yera rune. I would be happy about that. Map. That's pretty much the compass. I can't be too mad. So we do want to get Bob's Brain in there quick, and then, of course, we want to take damage. That's a principal part of every good plan. And we'll get in the right section here. Why not use the Magician right here, right? There's not many enemies I'd rather use the Magician on. Since you're far away, Bob's Brain is going to shit all over you, and that is going to be the end of that. Alright, well, I'm going to assume that we're not going to get a Yera rune. So I'm going to open these chests, but first things first, we're going to go to... Well, let's see if there's HP. Big Fan, Little Brimstone, Halo, Wafer. Holy shit, that is an amazing chest. Now that we have extra HP, we might even be able to trade it away, too. That is just crazy good. And then we get... well, we still get permanent Polaroid invincibility out of this, so I'm going to take it. That is awesome. This is some of the best RNG I've had for the chest, no question about it. Hopefully we get some more, but even if we don't, you know, our damage was halved, all of our stats got improved, we maintained permanent Polaroid invincibility, picked up Little Brimstone, which is also like a huge damage increase if you look at it on an absolute level. Of course, you got to actually use it properly, but that's not very difficult. And for once, we actually have the keys. Give me something to use them on. By the way, I'm pretty confident that I know where our boss room is. It's probably top left, but we'll not take the long way around necessarily, but we'll not stress out about how fast we're going here, because the more chests we get, the more fun this run should be. We'll see. More keys, please. There's no reason not to take that Eternal Heart, which is why I'm not going to take that Eternal Heart. Who should we kill last? Well, doesn't matter who we should kill last. We'll probably kill Super Heavy last. Actually, we did not. Lucky me. And that allowed us to pick up an item out of Sloth there. Bob's Curse is actually maybe one of the bomb synergies that doesn't do anything with Bob's Brain because you already get poison damage out of it. I'm not sure, though. I think that, you know, in theory, that should be the case. Nod Leaf is, depending on who you ask, either the greatest or the worst item in the game. I'm kind of more on the side of it being in the worst, so I've never really taken the opportunity to use it in the absurd ways that everybody else does, but maybe one day. Mr. Boom, also a pseudo-bomb item. Doesn't really help, but we can re-roll it. Yeah, sure. BBF's pretty good. Chariot? Strength. Stars. This has got to be our boss room up here, yeah. I mean, I guess we'll use our strength card. I'm a little disappointed that was not our last Guppy item. I was looking forward to the amount of damage that we're going to be able to do, but... Oh, we didn't even bring our strength card, but we can use our chariot card if we want to. But, honestly, I don't really think we want to. I think I just kind of want to tank the damage and, like, do as much of my own as we can, because there's no risk of us dying at all here. Now, that run... It was always fairly comfortable from the relative beginning, but really got out of control at the end there. That was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. We'll do a random run next time. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.